This Transformers 96 to another review. This time Transformers Dark of the Moon Cyberverse Commander Hatchet. Decepticon Hatchet. So here you go. So this is a rare one. Hard to find, just getting released, but it's really hard to find. I happened to find this guy, not expecting to find him. Just one night, I decided I'm going to go to a Walmart, and the Target was close by, so I went to a Walmart. They didn't really have much. Went to a Target, found this guy, so I bought him. So they had about 25 of these Cyberverse Commanders at my Walmart, at my Target, and they only had one Hatchet, so I can see why this guy's rare. So yeah, so very cool. So I just heard he was rare. I just heard he was rare. I didn't know for a long time that he was rare or anything. So yeah, so it's nice to get him. Considering a lot of you that want him are gonna have to go through a little bit of struggle to find him. Apparently, I haven't been going to a bunch of places often, so yeah, I don't know for sure. But anyway, so here's his jet. It's very cool. In the movie, he is a Dread. He's the walking dog Dread, the one on all fours. So that was very interesting. When I first saw him in the movie as the Dread, really didn't like him because I thought all the Dreads would be all standing up straight, and to see one that's like an animal, I really didn't like. But I got used to it, so now I kind of like him as a jet. I don't know why they did that. I don't know if they planned to have Hatchet as a Dread in the movie at first, or if they couldn't find a way for him to transform in the Chevy Suburbans, I think they called them. I don't know. I don't know what the reason is they made him a jet, but he is still a Dread. Don't let it fool you. He is a Dread. So yeah, it almost seems like they didn't plan on having this guy as a Dread, though. When I'll show you why when you transform him. But anyway, here's this box. This picture of him. It has a picture of his jet. On the back here, it has a picture of the toy, picture of the Dread, his stats, and his bio, and everything. It comes with instructions now. So yeah. So in this video, it's going to be a lot of transforming, because I'm going to transform him to robot mode, and then later I'm going to transform him back to jet, because I do like to do both when it comes to Cyberverse and Cyberverse Commanders, so that you can see both transformations. And then at the end I have my own little special attack mode when it comes to the jet that I will show you right at the end of the video. It's nothing special, it's just something I kind of came up with. I think it looked pretty nice. So anyway, so here's the jet. So very cool. It's a very nice created jet. It's got these kind of missiles at the bottom here, which look cool. On the bottom you can see a little bit of kibble, but it's not too bad. You've got the arms sticking out of the back, but they kind of just look like, you know, knives at the back there. It doesn't look too horrible, but they are sticking out. The jets are very cool. I love this gold Decepticon symbol on the wing here. Looks very nice. So so to transform him, it's fairly easy, pretty simple. All you want to do is pop off the missiles, guns, drones, whatever you want to call them. So there you go. So you just pop them off like that. And then when it comes to the arms, what you're going to want to do is extend them just out here, and then pop them in with this, and then just move them down. So extend them, pop the pieces in like this, and extend it out just like this. And you can actually prepare for it. So yeah, so there you go. And then you're just going to want to split this piece right here, fold it down, split this right down, revealing his tail, and then just kind of open his legs right here, flip the landing gear in to kind of lock his, this leg in. This one doesn't have any landing gear, so you just kind of have to open it just kind of like this. So yeah, so very cool. And then with the tail here, you're supposed to just extend this all the way. And then take the two wings and just fold them out, and you kind of have to just work with this. There you go. You bring out the head, and then you fold this back in as much as you can. There will be a gap, but fold it in as much as you can, and then rotate the wings up, and then you can fiddle with the arms to get them down just like this. Fiddle with them to get them down, and the wings do not lock in. So anyway, here is official transformation for Hatchet. So very cool. Yeah, so he doesn't look too much like a Dread, considering you can see like the nose cone here. It's kind of, you know, airplane, and all the panels, all the wings look kind of airplane-ish, which I don't love. His face sculpt is very Hatchet-like, very Hatchet from the movie-like. It's very movie, which I really like. The only thing is there's no dreads. I mean, there's plenty of space to fit in some dreads down here. I don't know why they didn't add any dreads, unless they were not planning on this guy to be a Dread, or something like that. So that's the only reason I really think that this guy might have just not been planning as a Dread, or just, I don't know what the reason is. But anyway, he looks cool. He does have some Dreads features, considering his head's very Dread-like. He's got some Dread colors in terms of the black and the goldish. He really really like, I thought that he'd be kind of out of place on my shelf. I put him right behind this guy, and them together, they do look kind of like they're from the same thing, because they've got because this guy's got some gold in his body and his dreads. This guy's got the gold here. They look like they're from the same kind of team, you know? So I did like how close they are together. They're not completely, and considering this guy doesn't have any dreads, he does have dreads in the movie too. So yeah. So this is the official transformation. How I like to do it is I like to pop this tail, this part of the tail in just a bit. Oh, sorry, that was too far. There you go. I just like to do it like this, so it's extended just a bit, because I think that this is just like the white plastic. It doesn't look very good at all. His Decepticon symbol's still right there, which is very nice. And which is really neat is the jet. It's going this way, but when you transform him, he goes this way. So it's kind of neat how his transformation works. His transformation is very cool. He's got a couple landing gears sticking out on his arms right there, like here. You can't fold those in or anything, but yeah, but they look decent. So, but he looks pretty nice. He's got some good articulation. He's got a ball jointed up here. He's got a hinge at the elbow, and then a hinge at the wrist, which is nice. His head just has a hinge. It doesn't swivel, it doesn't turn or anything. I would have liked some more head articulation, but yeah. I like how this folds up to make him kind of like a collar. It looks very nice in the silver. It looks good. His body has like a little bit of a waist crunch, and it has nothing to do with transformation, so I have no idea why they added that. But it has a little crunch from the black to the gold, which is interesting. I don't know why. It's got a hinge there, a hinge here, and then his tail is on a hinge. So hinge, hinge, hinge. So he's got 3 hinges there, and then that's his articulate. Oh, on his legs, he's got a ball joint right here, and then his legs are very funky. He's got kind of a knee joint, and then kind of an ankle joint, but that's because of transformation. So yes, you you have to fiddle with him a bit to get him to stand on all fours perfect. But you can get him in a few kind of dog kind of like poses, which is a little interesting. I kind of like that. Yeah, you can kind of do this. In the movie, they did recycle some footage with him dying. That scene where he falls on the car and it kind of breaks and everything, and his head falls off. That whole background scene and the car being smushed is all recycled footage from Michael Bay's 2005 film, The Island. So yeah, if you go on my favorites, you can see that. It's really neat. You know, I don't have a problem with that. It's very cool. It's an interesting thing to see. So I really like that. Now with his drones, they're very cool. When they come out, they're kind of like drones. So you can fly them around. They're like drones, but then you can actually flip guns out of the center. So now they're even more like drones, or they're just guns. And same thing on this one, which I really like. I really like these two, and they do have the different holes, which is very interesting. That was a total unnecessary thing that they did, but they did it. So that was really cool. If they did not release these dreads or these, fantastic. If they did not release the drones, I would have liked some dreads, but since they released the drones, I don't mind not having the dreads, but yeah, but I got them back. So they peg in onto these wings, same place as they pegged in on earlier, just now in a different place, now in a different spot at least, but same hole. So anyway, there you go. So now he's got some guns, which is kind of neat. He really didn't have these in the movie, but it still looks cool. I like it like that. So very nice figure all in all. So let's transform him back. So first take off the drones, flip them just like that. Very simple, just a quick flip. And then push this tail piece in right here, and then kind of move his wings out like this, then move these wings out, fold in his head again, and then just complete that so it's normal. And then what you're going to want to do with the legs is you're going to want to take this, move the landing gear out, and then fold that in. So there's no landing gear on this side though, and then just fold it in, just straighten it out like this, and then wrap it around the tail, which is kind of interesting, a little challenging to do. This is probably the hardest part of transformation, but it's not that hard, so it's not a big problem, but it's just hard to shape it up all together because you're kind of trying to wrap around this thing, which is kind of strange, but you just gotta work with it. Sorry, this ball joints, they pop out on you so much. So anyway, so when you have this out, then you can just go pop it in just like this, and then pop in middle piece to it, and then, sorry, this nose piece is out a little bit more than it should be. So there you go, and then I'll just fold these wings down, and when it comes to his arms, move this so that the gold piece is facing this way, so it's like a half circle there, and then I'll rotate this whole thing. There you go. And then move this down, and then extend this little piece up. So same thing on this side. Just ball joints. Yep, lots of those. They're probably one of the most annoying joints, but they have a lot of articulation, so you have to forgive them. So anyway, do the same thing on this side, rotate that up, then take the drones and plug them in here. Their wings will go outside, they'll kind of wrap around the landing gear, just so you know, because at first I had a little bit of trouble pegging them in, but the landing gear is right there. The wing kind of goes around the landing gear, so that's how you kind of know that everything's transformed right, when you can plug in these drones with Carefree. So there you go. So there he is in his jet mode again. So there's transformation back. And then my last little attack mode that I created, it's nothing too special. Just you're going to want to flip out the guns right here. Just quickly flip out the guns. Unpeg the arms, where you're going to have to unattach the drones and then extend the arms. Plug this back in, the drone back in, and then just transform the arms pretty much. So you're just going to unpeg this. Move this up, put the drone back in, attach this, and then rotate the arms so they're facing forward, and move this up like this. Move the arms down, hold on. Here we go. Kind of like this. Sorry, this is just a little kind of stupid thing that I came up with, but it looks kind of nice. I do like the way it looks. Then extend this nose piece, and there is my little attack drone kind of thing that I created. So yeah, so he's just got a couple guns up there. He's got his arms hanging down, and the nose is down. It looks kind of nice. I do kind of like it. I think it looks decent. It's very interesting, you know. So I kind of like that. So there you go. So all in all, a very nice figure. I highly recommend it. I like the drones that come with it a lot. So just very cool, and just a very nice figure all in all. Although it is hard to get, you can still find it. So try to find it. As far as the other dreads, they have been released. I just haven't picked them up yet. I'm in no rush to pick them up because they're so easy to get. So eventually I will, but I'm just not in a rush right now. So there you go. So that's my review. Transformers, Dark of the Moon, Cyberverse Commander, Decepticon, Hatchet, one of the dreads. Thanks for watching.